if I've missed you. I've missed you. You've been all over the place. You went to Daytona?
Well, yes, I needed some winter sunshine, and as you haven't taken me to any exotic locations yet, I was out hosting a group for the Daytona 500, a small group of enthusiasts. Wonderful weekend there, sitting on the beach with a beer and a burger and watching the NASCAR. Great time. But you've been swanning around the world as well. You were piddling off at a little Geneva place, weren't you, last week?
Well, not quite around the world, but I did go to Geneva. In fact, that's what I want to talk to you about, Tiff, because I think with your take on the motor show, on the Geneva Motor Show, I've come prepared. I think we're going to get a bit of information out of you as to what sort of cars you like, because you're known for being a little bit, perhaps, grumpy when it comes to certain cars.
I was looking at some of the stuff on the internet about them. It's all flash bang and billion-pound cars. Actually, before we get there, you didn't take me to Geneva, and I think I know why, because I heard you were hobnobbing with some royalty or something.
Who told you that?
Rumours get around. Who was this royal person then?
I won't disclose, but super nice guy. But what I will say is a top tip for Geneva. If you hang out with somebody of that VIP status, you go straight onto every single stand. You get all the sandwiches, all the refreshments. It's very good. It's a top tip, actually. But let's move forward. This is in no particular order whatsoever, and I've started with an absolute bombshell of a car. I love the Chiron, and Bugatti have just launched the Bugatti Chiron Sport, which is 18 kilograms lighter.
18 kilograms lighter than what exactly, Paul?
Than a very heavy car.
Than a very heavy car.
Yeah, but it looked amazing.
Such a fuss. Yes, but they're just selling these limited edition headline grabbers, but you know, the only people that are going to buy them are going to stick them in warehouses. I'm getting very worried about this hypercar 1,500 horsepower world. It's just bling, bling, bling. You know.
It is bling. It was a lot. Bling is. I wouldn't like to describe Bugatti as bling. It was beautiful. It was engineering brilliant. Everything about the car was just absolutely perfect.
But no normal driver will feel any difference between that sport version and the standard one.
Okay. All right. Well, let's park that.
How much was that, by the way? Come on, just show me some silly prices.
Prices, I guess, 2.5 million sterling plus. I don't know the official price of that.
But all sold, so you know nobody else can buy them. All sold to the little inner circle of people that collect them and stick them away in garages.
You know what's amazing now? This whole hypercar thing. That how many cars. It used to be so hard to sell 100 cars of a limited edition run. Now they can sell thousands. The world is a different place, Tiff. Which moves us on nicely to the BMW M8 concept. We're in a BMW now.
Yeah.
You are an official ambassador for BMW, I do believe.
Well, I do some stuff with BMW because I like their cars. Rear-wheel drive, sporting feel. That's me. But what was this concept about?
This is an M8 concept. I hope they make this car. It was beautiful.
I didn't read about that. Everyone was getting excited with Bugattis and things, but that's something that we could all actually dream of owning. That's the point.
Yeah, I guess S63 type thing. So very nice car, very special car. Oh, special car, McLaren Senna. Oh. Now McLaren, they're cheeky, they're funny, they've got a good sense of humour because we were all really excited to see this new Senna, one of 500 cars, limited edition cars, all sold out already. And not only did they release the Senna, they also had the Senna GTR, which nobody knew about, on their stand as well, which was this crazy race version. Oh, look at the
front splitter, that's ridiculous.
You could put a cup of tea on there, that's a big old tray, isn't it?
But the Senna got a lot of comments about it being ugly. A lot of the journalists were going, oh, it's ugly, it's horrible, you know. I thought it looked brilliant. I mean, it looks like a racing car. That's the trouble with all these hypercars. They're just things I used to race 20, 30 years ago in Group C. They're just racing cars, which they sell a few of, and again...
It is ugly.
I think it looks... No, I disagree on that one, you see. I think it's functional looking. It's got
so you don't like the Chiron, and yet you like the Senna?
The Chiron's just a big, heavy barge.
I can imagine the Chiron's not your cup of tea, actually. That is much more your Tiff Needell cup of tea, for sure. Okay, so that done. Oh, another, you're going to love this. Another Ferrari, the 488 Pista.
Oh.
Pista, do you know what Pista means in Italian?
Track.
You know your Italian better than me. I don't know any Italian. Spaghetti and Ferrari, that's about it.
The Pista, the circuit, the Pista.
What do you think?
Well, no, because the standard for Ferrari 488 is a fantastic car. It goes fast enough for any normal average driver, any racing driver. It's fast enough. It handles pretty. Why do we have to come out with these special editions apart from PR reasons for a car that just goes a little bit faster? I saw some female presenter on a stand, saying, I love this car, it's brilliant, but, we can't drive them to the limit. Therefore, it's just a PR stunt.
What about the aesthetics? Because it aesthetically looks better. arguably looks better. It depends on your opinion. I think
really.
it looks better. I like all
It's
the
got a
little...
horrible stripe down the middle of it.
Oh, Tiff, that's Ferrari. That's heritage.
But what heritage? Heritage is red. Where did a stripe become heritage at Ferrari?
All right, let's park that. Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce were there again.
We always like a Rolls-Royce. Yeah. Wave the flag proudly.
Proud to be British. But
what was new then? What have they got new in Rolls-Royce?
Well, they had two new things. One was, it's the first time Rolls-Royce have ever officially done, I believe, a matte colour. I think they call it some satin special super duper something or other. But effectively, for you and I, it's matte. It was a matte finish. It was called the Gentleman's Tourer, and it was absolutely stunning.
Just colour. There was anything new really with a new colour.
There is. I'll come on to that in a moment. But but in terms of Phantom, Phantom really is a car to be driven in my opinion. But this Gentleman's Tourer looked like it's the type of car you could drive across a continent in yourself. It looked so good.
What's entry-level price now for Rolls-Royce? I keep on thinking these prices are going so crazy.
£230,000-ish.
You see, that's the sort of price you can actually dream of believing one day you might be able to be rich enough to buy one. But these hypercars...
There's something special about Rolls-Royce. It's got to be the world's best-known luxury brand. It has to be. It's a beautiful brand. And what's new at Rolls-Royce? Oh, that's very good. Somebody maybe put these in order, but they... but this is a very good link, tenuous link, because new at Rolls-Royce was this tonneau cover. It's called a Aero cowling, I believe, and it goes on the back of your Dawn, and you can fit this on the back of your Dawn. It's like a bit like a wind deflector, and you can still put the roof up and down, which is great, but it looks like a speedster. It looks like an old Porsche speedster. But about 25,
what about the rear seats?
About 25,000 euros. Forget the rear seats, but you have got a little bit of storage on them, so that's good. Oh, now who did put these in order? Because it's gone straight from Rolls-Royce to Aston Martin.
That?
This is the new Lagonda concept.
But it's a weird photo you got there.
In the news this week, Rolls-Royce and Torsten and Merrick from Torsten from Rolls-Royce and Merrick from Aston Martin, they've had a little bit of a spat actually, because they're arguing who knows the luxury market best. Or Rolls-Royce are arguing
what
that
sort
they
of
know
size
better.
car is that? Is it a Rolls-Royce size car? That photo doesn't
Aston
do
Martin has
justice.
said that they're going to try and get into the Rolls-Royce sort of market, or they're going to compete in the Rolls-Royce market. And Rolls-Royce saying, oh, how can you do that? You don't know the market like we know it, blah, 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 blah. But this concept here is apparently going to come to fruition.
And concepts, you see, concepts I never get excited about either. You know, styling, model, but then 10 years later you actually see the real car.
I think this will be here a lot before 10 years.
Yeah, but wouldn't look anything like that. I hope not, because that front's a bit woo to me.
Oh, the front is very space age, but amazing inside. Okay, sticking with Aston Martin, we've got the Valkyrie, the AMR 002. We've got the
another
race
racing car, which nobody can buy because they're all sold. How much have money is one of those?
Oh, I would dread to think. So I would say 2 million plus.
It'll go around the corners so fast that only a Grand Prix driver will be able to get the most out of it. So an average owner will scare themselves silly doing one lap of a racetrack somewhere and then put it back into their exhibition room.
And make themselves feel sick as well.
I mean, it's a fantastic, it's a brilliant design, but I just do wonder.
It's all this Adrian Newey Red Bull link up
PR
as well.
cars. I mean, it's great to have.
What's this doing in here? We've got another Aston Martin, but this is old now. This is old hat, so we'll skip that. We'll go straight to the Ford Bullet. Ford Mustang Bullet.
Yeah, I like that. Bit of Steve McQueen, bit of nostalgia. So I like the American cars now. You see, they're staying sensible. You've got manual shift, a lot of, American cars we don't have on European cars. And what's the price of one of those? Any idea? I mean,
Tiff, I don't know.
It'll be possible. It won't be $1 million, will it? It'll be sort of
no, it'll be very affordable. This will be a really affordable car. And that's very interesting what you said about American cars becoming more stick shift and manual, and European cars going the other way, whereas the complete polar opposite to how it's always
originally
been.
I know.
So many Americans can't even drive a stick shift, but now they're learning to drive because of cars like this.
Manual. We mustn't use the word stick shift.
What is this doing in here? Ford, the new Ford GT40
Well, at least they're finally delivering them now. I mean, they cheated the rules to get into Le Mans 2 years earlier because you're supposed to build and sell 25 or whatever. But at least now they are delivering the cars.
And there's some beautiful specs around.
It's a shame about that racing colour scheme. I never thought it does the shape of the car justice, that red, white and blue colour scheme.
There's some amazing colour schemes I've seen with customer delivery cars, but we don't do it. That's old now. So this is brand new. This is the Morgan Aero.
No, it's not brand new. It looks just like every other Morgan that's ever been before.
It's not. This is a new car. Morgan is such a cool company. We've got to get up there actually and do some stuff with them because they're just a cool company. They've been around for a long time.
I know. I do enjoy them, but they're so specialist. They're so unique. But doesn't look any different. What's different about that?
This is one of 8 and some special different go faster sort of
What
bits.
engines they got? They were BMW last time. remembered. What are they now?
Don't ask me questions like that, Tim.
Technical. He doesn't do technical.
I know how to put fuel in the car, if that helps, and I can see the fuel cap there. But Morgan, lovely. We got to get up there and check them out. Oh, here we go. We're moving on to JLR now. We're moving on to Jaguar with their new. This has got to be Tesla X kind of competitor.
Oh, the E-Pace.
Yeah,
it's so confusing. It's the I-Pace, isn't it? It's so confusing that Jaguar have named. They've named a petrol car their E-Pace.
Yeah, the other way round.
And the electric car is the I-Pace, which just keeps on confused. But that is the I-Pace, yeah? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, so this is the I-Pace. So I know it is a little bit confusing, isn't it? It looks a lot lower. It looks more saloon car than SUV to me.
Yeah, sort of halfway between the Tesla X and the Tesla 3 or whatever it's called.
I've heard very good things about that. Oh, and I've heard really good things about this. This is an affordable car. What do you think about this? So Polestar have separated from Volvo, and they've created this, which is going to be a 600...
Wide-mouthed frog or something.
It's a beautiful car. It looks really nice. It's a coupe. It's going to be 600 and something horsepower, about 1,000 newton meters of torque, which is...
What engine then?
Hybrid. You love those
more
electric...
batteries.
Yeah,
half the stuff you showed me's got batteries in it. Where are all these batteries? I mean, Volkswagen this week have announced they're buying 28 zillion pounds worth of batteries and going all fully electric in 20 years' time. But how about disposing of batteries? We're all the green people, want us out of our internal combustion exhaust fumes, but they don't seem to cater for the fact we've got to mine more and more lithium, and then we've got to recycle it, which we can't do with batteries. There's lots of far-reaching problems with this move to electricity. I'm not sure we've thought it all through completely.
You know what is very interesting? You remember not very long ago, manufacturers would brag about how percentage-wise their cars were recycled.
That's right. Yes, they did, didn't they? They all raged about it. Yeah.
And now it's all a bit under the...
Gone quiet about that.
Yeah. I wonder
this
what...
lithium thing. I did some research on lithium batteries. The price of lithium has trebled in the last 3 years. And if you do recycled lithium is 5 times more expensive than mined lithium. So we're just going to be digging up lithium for
I think we could do a whole series on that. And then you've got graphene, which is the new technology coming through. So there's a whole series on that.
As soon as electric cars become cheaper and go further, they will be the rage.
Now, on the subject of batteries, who's put these together? Because they've done a very good job. Whoever put these, I thought they were in a random order. But if this is random, it's made our job very easy, because we're now onto a battery-powered car called the Rimac. Now,
no.
Really?
Oh, but that was all over the internet as well. 1,918 horsepower.
0 to 60 in 1.85 seconds.
No normal driver could be allowed to sit in something where you can open the right pedal and do 1,000. It's just... If they came out with a Rimac, say, right, that had a 600-mile range and was a family saloon, now that'd be a good concept. That would prove that, but everyone has to go flash.
Maybe they will do something like that.
But nobody's going to buy that, are they? It's just yet another...
Of course they are. They've already sold 8 cars, I believe, and now this is the new car for them. I spoke to Mate Rimac for about half an hour on the Pagani stand, bizarrely, not on the Rimac stand. And you know what? He's a bit of a genius. He's up there with Elon Musk. He's a real visionary.
They're all visionaries, but they're not practical. They don't come out with practicality stuff.
Maybe they will. Maybe this is the start of some more practical stuff. This is practical. The Mission E Porsche. This is again electric. Wow, these are in good order.
All electric?
My knowledge is so good, I know that this is the Mission E Cross Turismo. It's a bit of a SUV sort of mashup.
Is it real or is it a concept?
It's... Tom? Is it real or is it a concept? Concept.
I
believe he doesn't know either.
I don't want to learn about concepts.
Okay, we're going. Okay, I don't get this. I do get it, but it's the new Gt3 Rs, but I guess it's just got the new engine.
I don't like big wings on the back. Yet another Porsche.
Okay,
the only good Porsche was 911R. 911R, proper Porsche, no great big
Here we go. I saw a Gt3 RS this week without the spoiler. It looked really odd, without the rear wing. The Peffermonte, Huracan Peffermonte Spider. Revealed at Geneva. Beautiful.
What's different about that?
Beautiful looking car. It hasn't got a roof, basically.
We've had a Spider before.
Yeah, but this is the Peffermonte version. This is the all single dancing, super fast, cool version. Lamborghini. Nice. Urus SUV.
Oh yeah, now what did that look like in the flesh?
You know what? Actually, not as good as I thought, but then it's
I was waiting to see cars on the road before I could judge them. You see a photo like that.
A photo, or when you're standing in a very
can't get away from it. Yeah, if you're too close to them. So you thought it looked good or disappointing?
The inside was amazing, absolutely amazing. Lots of cross hexagon stitching and all this.
How much are they?
Beautiful
Did you
material.
get a price?
Couple $100,000. But I think it's very colour sensitive, so I think you've got to choose wisely with what colour you do. But it's going to be a cool car, and the whole SUV, the luxury SUV sector. You've got the Urus coming out. You've got the Cullinan and the Rolls-Royce version, which is just going to be
Ferrari going to come out.
Ferrari,
well.
Maserati, Aston Martin. They're all doing it. They're all doing it. Oh, here you go. This is right up your street. The Koenigsegg Agera. Now this is look, love it or hate it. This is a masterpiece as well. And it's
I love
absolute
Koenigsegg
monster.
because Mr. Koenigsegg's a nut, and I love nutters that build cars.
He's
that
like
you
a
can
crazy
actually
scientist,
buy.
yeah.
He is a crazy scientist. And the trouble is, what's that engine thing he's got that really is revolutionary? That's brilliant. I forget. He's invented something. The Revo. No, I've forgotten that. I've forgotten that myself now. But he is a mad scientist with some great stuff. And Koenigsegg's I can be happy with because they are buyable, but they're still ridiculous on the roads. And all this going, 270 miles an hour in a straight line. I don't buy into that either.
I think this can corner quite well as well, and it's got this amazing party trick. From the key, you can just open up every single orifice of the car. You can the boot, the trunk, the doors, and it looks very cool. Hennessy Venom F5. Now this is tipped to become the fastest car in the world, actually, to beat the Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah, but it's another straight line kit car.
No, I think this isn't a kit car.
finished.
That's not fair on Hennessy. I like John Hennessy. I like what they do there. They do a lot of cool stuff.
But then again, they keep on being obsessed about how fast they can go down an airstrip in America.
They are very obsessed with that straight line speed, which is it suits the American market very well.
Yes, but you must go around corners as well. It must be practical.
That's
the
why
McLaren F1, which is still the best ever supercar ever, just had 600 horsepower, had packaging, suitcases. You could drive where you wanted. It was usable on the road.
Take two friends with you.
Didn't have lots of wings on the back and flippers on the front.
Yeah, it's a very special car. Talking of very special cars, the Pagani Huayra Roadster.
Always liked Pagani, a bit like Koenigsegg, but I think Horatio Pagani's got a bit more style. Koenigsegg's a real engineering man, whereas Pagani's got this flair. He comes out with the most amazing interiors.
These are the first guys as well to do the exposed carbon on a car. So yeah, very good.
How much money Pagani is that? 250 sort of?
Well, your tenuous links are absolutely amazing. You've done this before, haven't you? Because we're now talking about money. We're on a car, the HP Barchetta Zonda. There was one on the stand, and two were sold at silent auction. It ended on this Friday, and the cars apparently sold for. It was sealed bids. And their cars apparently sold for over 14 million euros each.
I'll throw that away then. Stupid money.
What's this? This is this is right up your street, Tiff. I've seen your tweets about Formula E, and this is a new Formula E concept. What do you think? Formula E, you love it. Come on, you're a big advocate.
I think they missed a trick because with the Halo coming out, which they've taken because they're FIA, I think they could have gone for the canopy option because they don't have very big high speeds in Formula E. And I think, I don't actually like the look.
I love that.
I know. I admire it because it's a schoolboy dream-looking car.
Exactly.
For me, I don't know what. I can't put my finger on. But I do hope. I know I criticise Formula E all the time because at the moment it's like a slow bicycle race with everyone creeping around.
And a quiet one as well.
Oh, if they can go full distance, and that shape is a schoolboy's dream. It does look different and exciting. And as long as they can drive flat out and attack and race. Hopefully it'll work, but I just think it's going to be a long time before that actually does.
For me, a race isn't conserving your energy or fuel or whatever. For me, a race is going absolutely flat out from the start. Toyota Supra, there was a new Supra concept there.
Supra, it's a concept thrown away.
Okay. Oh, here's one. We're on race cars. LMP2 Rebellion. Our boy Ryan Cullen's got a drive with them this year.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, so that was good. He was there for a couple of days.
We couldn't drive a Rolls-Royce, so hopefully he can drive that all right.
But I wish Ryan was back because actually Ryan and I make each other look good, whereas you're a bit sort of professional for us. So we need Ryan back soon.
But LMP2, great stuff for young drivers aspiring to race a little more. It's a good formula. That's
going to be really good for him. Mazda Vision Coupe. I know absolutely nothing about this. Do you know all about this car? It looks pretty anyway.
Is it a concept?
Yes.
Throw it away.
Okay. This is kind of a concept, but it's going to come to reality because I know the owners of Hybrid Kinetic. They launched the 4-door version last year, and this is a 2-door. This is a 2. It's they Pininfarina styling, and it's called Hybrid Kinetic. These guys are they're a bit like
concept.
They're a bit like Tesla, but they've got
a concept.
No, it's okay. It's a concept that's going to be built. It is going to be built. This car's going to be built.
Before the company goes bankrupt? Or?
No, they've got lots of money, they've got lots of backing, and they've got lots of technology.
Hold on a minute. You've run out of bits of paper.
Well,
you haven't shown me a single road car that I could buy. You've gone through all that. You've just been going around with your prints. All this print stuff's got you carried away. You've been looking at all the £2 million cars. You haven't come back with any. Where's the new Volkswagen Golf or the new Ford Focus or something?
Tiff, I think you're right. I think we all get glazed over by all this wonderful...
We're losing sight of real road cars because there's too much of this.
But there were real road cars there. It was fantastic to see all the manufacturers. It's got to be the best
motorcycle. No pictures home.
Because we were thinking that our viewers would perhaps, our 10 viewers that we have, thought maybe they were for the big end stuff.
Yeah, but our 10 viewers won't be able to ever drive them. And I do like, as a journalist, I get lucky. We could all go on telly and drive around racetracks with Ferraris. But for the real people, we've got to bring some excitement to people and give them cars they can actually buy.
Okay, well, how about if anyone is still watching now, that you let us know. We've already done this once, and we got some really, really good ideas as to what they want us to drive. Yeah. So it's not all about the supercars, the hypercars.
Group tests of buyable cars.
Okay, let's do it. And if anyone has any comments, anyone has any thoughts, let us know, and we will do whatever we can. You've got to understand, though, we don't get the support of manufacturers just yet, as a lot of other people do out there. So we've got to pull in favours quite often with owners.
So that's why he mixes with royalty, so he can blag their cars for a day.
So if there are any manufacturers watching, you want to give us some cars, thank you very much. And the same with any lovely owners as well. So we'll be very humbled and very glad to look after your car and do a road test, give our opinion of the car. His opinion is much more valuable than mine, but we'll give a joint opinion anyway.
He can do Happy the trendy stuff. He's the fashion editor.
Fashion?
Yeah, what are you wearing today?
A sweatshirt, that's it.